Hello and welcome or welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I made this really cute Valentine's Day garland with these little fringes on them. You could totally make this for another holiday and switch out the colors, but Valentine's Day is coming up, so I thought it would be cute. I don't really have a lot of Valentine's Day decor, so I thought it would be cute to add something that was pink to my house. I'm gonna hang it underneath my mantle and I'll show you at the end what that looks like. All you're going to need is some yarn, whatever colors you want. I did white and pink, and then I grabbed some beads. Again, you can do whatever color or size that you want. I used the large ones in here of the white. Then there's like a dark pink and a light pink. And then you're just gonna need something like a book to wrap the string around, and basically just something that is the correct size that you want to make your fringes. And you're gonna need some scissors to cut your yarn. And if you want, you can use scotch tape and a crochet hook, but those are totally just optional to kind of make things easier. You don't need to have those. And keep watching and I will show you how I made this. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is make the yarn fringe pieces. So what you're gonna wanna do is find a book that is the right size this way that you wanna make the fringe. So I'm using Gone Girl. That's the book that I found that was the right length. And it's also nice if it has a little dip on this side because you're gonna need to cut after. So if there's like a spot that you can put the scissors in, it makes it a little easier. So I have two types of yarn. I just bought these at Walmart because it was a good price there. So I got a pink and a white, but obviously you can use whatever colors you want. So first what I'm going to do is just cut a little piece off like this. And then I'm going to put it along the top of my book like this. I'm just gonna put a little piece of scotch tape on either side just to hold it on. So just like that, just like tape to the top. Doesn't really matter how long it is or anything, just long enough. Okay, I'm going to just put my string on the top, and then you're literally just going to wrap it around a bunch of times. I want mine to all look very similar in shape, so I think I'm just going to count how many times I wrap it so that each one is the same. Okay, I'm thinking around 40, but I will let you know how many I do. Okay, this is what 40 looks like. Okay, so the bottom you can just cut off. And then I'm going to untape my string at the top. And then I'm just going to tie this in a knot. Well, a double knot. It's tied up here. And then I'm going to take my scissors and cut the bottom off. Like this. Ta-da! And it looks like this. And now I'm going to take another piece of yarn and tie around right here. Obviously just the same color, so it just looks like this. And for these extra little strings, I'm just going to tuck them in to the loop that I made and pull it down, and then just trim it so it's the same length. So I made it a little long. And it should look like this. And then I'm just going to continue doing that, and I'm just gonna leave these strings on top because I'm gonna use that later. And just continue making these. I'm probably just gonna switch back between pink and white so that I have equal amounts. So here's my first one. And using the book will ensure that they're all the same length. So I love how perfect it makes it look. Okay, I have all my little fringes done. They're so cute. Okay, so for the actual garland part, I'm using a piece of embroidery thread just because the beads that I want to put on have a really small hole, so this is kind of the only thing that I could find that fit in the holes. But you could also just use the yarn, or you could use like twine, string, really anything that you have. So I have this piece here, and then I have a bunch of beads of assorted pinks and whites, and I just sorted those into piles, and I'm going to put them on the string like in a pattern and then add the garlands in. Just like that, and then I'm going to add one of my little fringes. I'm just going to use this to tie a knot. And just for now, I'm just gonna tie one single knot on there so that I can still move it around if I need to. And then at the end, I'll secure it better and get rid of these hangy strings. But for now, I just wanna make sure that I can still like move it around while I'm doing this part. Okay, once you've got it all done to the ends, you are going to start in the middle and work your way out so that it's nice and tight. And I already did this very center one just to try, but basically I will show you with the next one. So start with the middle, and then as you go, you just push everything in to make sure it's nice and tight. So I'm going to tie this in a double knot when I am ensured that it's in the proper position. So that's good. And then I'm gonna take these strings and tuck them through so it just becomes part of this. So I'm going to use a crochet hook like this, but you could totally do this without one. But I'm just gonna go underneath the string that I tied around. Wrap this around the crochet hook, pull it through, and then just straighten it so it's part of the floof. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the other piece. And tuck it around, pull it through, and then I'm just going to floof this. Make sure none of the strings are too long. Like the string I just pulled through is a little too long, so I'm just gonna trim that. And then, so these two are the ones that I've done so far. And then I'm just going to keep doing that, working inside to outside. So this was my center one, and I just did that one. So now I'm going to move on to this one over here. So tie this in a double knot, push everything in towards the center, tie it in a double knot. Then tuck this under like that. Just wrap that around, pull it through, and then pull it down. And then same thing with this one. Okay, so I've got all of these done and I'm at the end. So what I'm gonna do for the end is push these in as far as I can. This step's optional. If you just wanna hang it by this string that you have here, you could just tie a knot right here and be done. But because I don't like how thin this is for hanging on my mantle, I'm going to take a piece of my white yarn make sure it's equal, like this, and then tie a double knot. I need to cut this a little shorter. Whoop. So tie a knot, then make it really tight, and then tie another knot. That, and then basically I'm going to take these 3 pieces and braid it together to the end. I'm going to cut these white ones a little shorter. And then I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm going to cut the pink part off. But I'm going to leave this like this until I figure out how long I want it on my mantle. But it makes it nice and tight all the way across. Okay, I am going to go hang it underneath my mantle and see what it looks like, but I think it turned out really cute, and I'm really into the fringe right now, so super cute. I will go hang this underneath my mantle and show you the finished product. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope that everybody enjoyed this little tutorial on how to make a Valentine's Day garland. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. And here it is on my mantle.